amiable and wonderful listeners, I bring to you another news. The news headline: after much drama, Tinubu'S nightmare becomes reality as Osinbajo allegedly did this. The news in full. Professor Yemi Osinbajo has finally disclosed his presidential ambition to President Muhammadu Buhari. The Vice President informed the President of his ambition to succeed him in order to cement the gains they have made since taking over from PDP. Ozzy Uzo Kalu, Senator Rochas Okorocha, and Senator Ozzy Uzo Kalu have expressed all their interest in the presidency on the APC platform. Vice President Osinbajo, according to unconfirmed sources, has told President Muhammadu Buhari of his presidential ambition. According to Daily Trust newspaper, Osinbajo expressed his ambition to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023 in order to cement the gains made since 2015. The publication added, citing a source, certainly Vice President Osinbajo has told the President that he wants to succeed him. The Vice President had first consulted some prominent Nigerians who encouraged him to vie for the presidency. They also encouraged him to tell the President himself. They told him not to allow a third party to tell the President so that the ambition will not be misconstructed. Another source stated that President Muhammadu Buhari was unsurprised when Osinbajo approached him about his aspiration. According to the source, Buhari smiled in his usual characteristic manner. He listened to the Vice President carefully, and while responding, he gave him the green light, wished him well, without giving him any commitment or assurance of supporting him ahead of other contenders. He blessed the intention just the way he blessed Tinubu when he visited him in the villa and unveiled his plan to vie for the presidency. And I think the President is being careful. Remember what he said, granting an interview to the national president. Meanwhile, the Vice President has not made his ambitions public. He will compete for the ruling party or Progressive Congress ticket against the likes of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We also recall that President Muhammadu Buhari's special advisor of political matters, Babafemi Ojudu, previously told the media that Vice President would declare his desire at the appropriate moment. Senator Ojudu disputed in a December Daily Post story that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo vie for the presidency in 2023. According to certain sources, Ojudu hinted at Osinbajo running for presidency in 2023. However, Ojudu said that such a declaration is not his responsibility, adding that only the Vice President will reveal whether he has the presidential ambitions. Ojudu, however, stated in a statement that Osinbajo was qualified to compete for the presidency in 2023. Ojudu asserts that my attention has been called to a quotation attributed to me that is trending. It was to the effect that Professor Yemi Osinbajo, the Vice President, will run for the office of the President in 2023. First, let me reiterate again that Professor Yemi Osinbajo is for now fully focused on working on his capacity as a Vice President in the current administration to address all the compelling issues in the country and concerns of Nigerians, including finding effective and lasting solutions to the security challenges and working for the further boosting the economy. He has not made any declaration in respect of 2023's election. He explained that he visited Port Harcourt for a private meeting with some friends and interest groups, and while discussing the politics, the economy, and a variety of other topics of public interest and the country's well-being, he was asked if President Yemi Osinbajo would run for president in 2023. He responded by saying, Yemi Osinbajo is eminently qualified to contest and will be the only one to decide whether to do so or not at an appropriate time. I consider that Nigerians are highly interested in knowing if Osinbajo will run. Everywhere I go, that is the question people ask me, and I have always tried to be careful in my response, whether to an individual or groups. While I appreciate and welcome the people's love and admiration for Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, my counsel is we should all allow him to make the decision whether or not he is interested by himself at the right time. It is certainly not a matter that will be pronounced at a private meeting such as the one I participated in earlier this week in Port Harcourt. In another intruding revelation published in October by the Whistler, the media outlet said the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has abandoned his bid for the presidency in 2023. The Whistler claimed to have received the indication from an assistant who overheard the Vice President telling close associates and members of the Redeemed Christian Church of God during an unauthorized visit to the presidential villa few days ago. Additionally, the source said that during the Osinbajo visit to Mr. Bola Tinubu, the former governor of Lagos State and national leader of All Progressive Congress (APC), he sounded philosophically while lauding Tinubu's contribution to the political landscape and effect on him. He said, "A lot of things would go wrong if anything had happened to you, sir." Osinbajo was quoted as saying to Tinubu during the visit to Mr. Tinubu's country home in Bodilon, Lagos State. Osinbajo deserves rights of first offer refusal lawyers group. Progressive lawyers for Professor Yemi Osinbajo stated in January report that Vice President Yemi Osinbajo deserved to have the right of first offer and first refusal in 2023 presidential campaign. Mr. Kayode Ajulo, the group chairman of a human rights campaigner, stated in a statement that Professor Yemi Osinbajo displayed a great intellectual endowment, superior degree, and moral heft than other potential contestants. According to him, the vice president of any presidential constitutionalism was the heir apparent and by convention has the right of first offer and first refusal to run for the president to succeed his boss. He stated that a quick examination section 141 to 146 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Constitution reveals that the position of the vice president and the vice president's right to assume the function of the president of the federation in certain scenarios where there was a vacancy. According to him, the human rights lawyer, after doing a thorough examination of the leading presidential hopefuls in the upcoming election, it was apparent that the vice president established a firm foundation upon which he would build his future. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, according to unconfirmed sources, has told President Muhammadu Buhari of his presidential ambitions. According to Osinbajo, he expressed his ambition to succeed President Muhammadu Buhari in 2023 in order to cement the gains made since 2015.